Good evening, and welcome you all to this evening's entertainment, Like Father, Like Son, the music of William and Wesley Reid. Some of you in the audience know, most of you I think actually, that this was supposed to be a surprise event for my father. I mean, I was required to do it, but I wanted to do music that would reflect my life, my upbringing, and so I decided to draw from my father, who was a songwriter for many, many years, for decades, and his music was some of the first music that I ever learned to play when I started teaching myself piano. And that song was a song called Janine that came out of his songbook, The Music in My Life. And the purpose of this concert, in addition to just being a night of fun, of course, is to showcase the things that I've learned here at Snow College in my 4 years as a student. So that was an example of arranging a piece to include more instruments. That song was not originally written with a string quartet, but I think it worked well. So the next couple songs are also on piano, and these next two were part of a set that I wrote during my composition lessons with Dr. Trent Hanna. The first one is a song called The Storm. It was the first and only piano duet that I wrote, and the following song, the official title on the program is Raindrops, but the title that I always envisioned it having was Sunlight Coming Through Leaves While Rain Drips Off Them After a Rainstorm. But I decided to go with Raindrops because it's easier to put on the program. So now I'd like you to welcome Dr. Trent Hanna on stage with me, and we'll perform The Storm and Raindrops. Have to move the mic for the next one. Now, as I worked on writing music here at Snow College, let's see. One moment. I learned to move a lot of mic stands. As I worked writing music at Snow College, some of the first things I learned in songwriting class were expanding on the way I would normally use the piano, or sometimes minimalizing in the way I would use the piano. So these next two songs are for piano and voice. They're simple piano accompaniment to, I like to call them piano pop songs. I think that's their classification. And the first one is called You Don't Love Me, and it's a song about a man, or it could be a woman, but in my case it's a man, who's in a relationship where feelings aren't entirely reciprocated. And the second song is called Lonely, and it's a song about standing for something. I lie awake, the blankets tangled on my bed, and listen to the clock that's ticking in my head. The moments pass, and they're slipping away too fast, and I don't know how much longer this can last. You haunt my dreams, you're all I see when I'm awake. I think of you with every broken breath I take, and you're the one who could take this pain away, and you're the one who is driving me insane. You love my lips, you love my kiss, you love it when I hold you close like this, but you don't love me. No, you don't love me. You love my hands, you love my eyes, you love the way I make you feel inside, but you don't love me. No, you don't love me. I've done my best to keep these feelings on the shelf and make the most of having you all to myself. I wish that I still felt the way I did before, and I don't know if I can take this anymore. You love my lips, you love my kiss, you love it when I hold you close like this, but you don't love me. No, you don't love me. You love my hands, you love my eyes, you love the way I make you feel inside, but you don't love me. No, you don't love me. I wish that I still felt the way I did before, but now I know I can't take this anymore. I love the thoughts that cross your mind, I love the way your hand feels right in mine, but you don't love me. No, you don't love me. I love your laugh, I love your smile. I thought that maybe if I stayed a while, then you might love me. But you don't love me. No, you don't love me. And if you don't love me, she loved my lips, she loved my kiss, she loved it when I held her close like this. Doesn't listen anyway. It doesn't matter what they do, she just moves on through. The lines are changing day by day, black and white fade into gray. Men will look, but they can't see. They've traded love for memories. And don't you know what makes the world go round? And don't you know what sells? And still she stands there on her own. Ain't it lonely to be alone? It doesn't matter what they say, she doesn't listen anyway. It doesn't matter what they do, she just moves on through. They'll sell you lies if you can pay. She hides her face, she turns away, but still she sees their fingers sitting on the trigger of a gun. And who cares if it hurts someone? Don't you know what makes the world go round? Don't you know what sells? And still she stands there on her own. And ain't it lonely to be alone? It doesn't matter what they say, she doesn't listen anyway. It doesn't matter they do, she just moves on through. Another stranger in her bed, another night she wished she could forget. But this is life, or so she's told. When did the world become so cold? Don't you know that love is dead and gone? Can't you hear the funeral bells? And in the crowd she's still alone. And ain't it lonely be alone? Now, I've really loved writing for piano and for guitar even, and a couple of other instruments, but my first and longest love has always been choir. The very first musical arrangement I ever wrote was an arrangement of it was the J. Althouse arrangement, but I altered it, and it was Homeward Bound. It was originally written for SSA, and I rewrote it for SATB for my school choir in sophomore year of high school. And I would probably be ashamed of it if I could see it now, but it was good at the time. So to that end, I've got a set of songs here. These are all my dad's songs, these next three. And two of them were never intended as choir songs. But that's a personal project of mine, is I take songs that weren't intended one way and I rewrite them so that they're the way I want them. And he's giving me a look. So anyway, the first song is Sweet Marie O'Reilly, which my dad intended to be performed in the style of the Irish Rovers, and I've adopted it into a pseudo barbershop 4-part men's a cappella arrangement. The next piece is A Pretty Face, which was originally for piano and voice, and the women will join us for that one. And then the last one is Oh That I Were an Angel, which was actually written for choir. So now we'll do Sweet Marie O'Reilly in just a moment. Where's my headphone? Oh, that's okay. If you could go to Ireland across the briny ocean, then you would find the people in a state of great commotion. For sweet Marie O'Reilly has broke off with Michael Lee, and she's coming to America to see the likes of me. So I'm dusting off the chairs and making small repairs, trying to bring me Dickens up to tea. For she's coming o'er the waters from the homeland of our fathers, and she's coming here to see the likes of me. I'll go down to the harbor where the boats are coming in. I'll kiss her when she comes ashore, and would it be a sin? For I haven't seen my sweet Marie in nearly 7 years, and nothing would be finer than her voice upon me ears. So I'm dusting off the chairs and making small repairs, trying to bring me Dickens up to tea. For she's coming o'er the waters from the homeland of our fathers, and she's coming here to see the likes of me. I am a sort of gentleman, as you can plainly see, so I'll put her up with kinfolk, that's the way it ought to be. I want to get to know her, but I want to do it right, so I'll try to keep my visits down to only 3 a night. And I'm dusting off the chairs and making small repairs, trying to bring me Dickens up to tea. For she's coming o'er the waters from the homeland of our fathers, and she's coming here to see the likes of me. And when some time has passed and I know she's feeling fine, I'll go down on my knee to her and ask if she'll be mine. And she will start to think of how I love her day by day, and I will get an answer, and I know it won't be nay. So I'm dusting off the chairs and making small repairs, trying to bring me Dickens up to tea. For she's coming o'er the waters from the homeland of our fathers, and she's coming here to see the likes of me. Yes, she's coming o'er the waters from the homeland of our fathers, and she's coming here to see the likes of me. Now, all of these lovely ladies that are joining me on stage, and the guys too, they're all members of the select choir here, Cadence. Hang on. And this choir has been absolutely fantastic to work with. Everybody who's worked with me on this show has been entirely volunteer. They get no compensation out of this whatsoever, which is amazing. We'll have a time to clap for them later. Wait. Okay. So now we're going to perform A Pretty Face after Dr. Hannah gives us pitches.
A pretty face once looked my way, a pretty face, so morning fresh from day to day, a pretty face, for dreams of love were in the air. They called my name and led me where a pretty face once looked my way before. A gentle word once touched my ear, a gentle word. So morning fresh and sweet to hear, a gentle word. For dreams of love were in the air. They called my name and led me where a gentle word had touched my ear. Lovers came to love me, oh, I loved them for a while, and loved them all in style so high. But lovers come and lovers go, and so it was for me. It always seems to be goodbye. A look of love caressed my soul. A look of love, and filled my world and made me whole. For dreams of love could not compare with love that bound and led me where a look of love caressed my soul. And more. that I were an angel and had the wish of my heart, that I might go forth and speak with the trump, of God. Oh, that I were an angel and had the wish of my heart, that I might go forth, and speak with the trump, of God, with a voice to shake the earth and cry repentance unto every people. Yea, I would declare to every soul, as with the voice of thunder, that they should repent, and come unto our God, that there might not be more sorrow on the face of the earth. Oh, that I were an angel
Well, that concludes the first half of the show. We will have a 15-minute intermission, and then when we come back, we're going to do some jazz and some rock tunes. Thank you very much. Okay, as you can see, there were a few people involved in this show, including myself and the tech crew and all the performers, unless I miscounted. There are 27 bodies involved in this show, which I think means that there's more people on stage than there are in the audience. So this next set is a collection of jazz songs. These next three are also all by my dad. The first one is "Know When to Love." "Know When to Love" is it holds a special place in my heart because it was the second song I ever taught myself to play on the piano, the first song being "The Gambler," which we won't do tonight. So "Know When to Love," followed by "Sleepy Morning" and "Two Bells." And I'd like to make a point at this point. I don't know if Dad knows this yet. We're actually streaming this concert live. It's posted up on YouTube so that I have family all over the country. I've actually been informed that I have family in other parts of the world who are watching or going to watch this, so that's cool. But I don't think any of my siblings know these next two. I don't know that my siblings know "Sleepy Morning" or "Two Bells." It wasn't one that they weren't really ones that Dad played on the guitar around the house very often. So hopefully this will be new for them. But we're going to start with "Know When to Love." Day follows morning and night follows day, and no one minds the changing. For the days are good and nights are sweet, when life is something to share. But mornings are heavy and days are a drag, and nights are long in passing. Every trial and triumph comes and goes when life has no one that cares. Every creature has a partner all its own. Every sunrise has its sun. All is empty, standing all alone. And baby, you are no one when there is no one to love. Ever and ever the calendar spins with no end or beginning, and the lives that meet and move like one are cherished again and again. So life can be heaven or empty as hell. No pleasure in the winning, no escape from love that has no match, or hearts that never will mend. Every creature has a partner all its own. Every sunrise has its sun. All is empty, standing all alone. And baby, you are no one when there is no one to love. Every creature has a partner all its own. Every sunrise has its sun. All is empty, standing all alone. And baby, you are no one when there is no one, no one to love. That was Dr. Trent Hanna again on the keys, and that was, I want to point out, this is kind of cool, the second half of the piano solo that Dr. Hanna played is actually lifted from an old recording of my father improvising a piano solo for that song that he made decades ago with his brother. So, wanted to include that. And this next song will feature the string quartet as well as Stephanie Samadeni on the flute, as soon as they're set up. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open up your eyes, sleepy morning. Don't let the hours pass you by. Push away the moonbeams from your face. Welcome the sun rising high. Don't waste the day, you precious thing. Move from your bed and sing. Bring out your bright, simple beauty in the dawn of everything. Lead me to your own special paradise. Show me the fading morning star. Whisper soft and sweet with lilac. Tell me a story from afar. Shake off the dreams of yesterday. Wake up alive and free. Share your time with me, sleepy morning, for all eternity. To your own special paradise. Show me the fading morning star. Whisper soft and sweet with lilac. Tell me a story from afar. Shake off the dreams of yesterday. Wake up alive and free. Share your time with me, sleepy morning, for all eternity. All right, this next song always needed a horn section, so now it has one. And we have two solos on this one. We've got Dr. Hannah again on the piano, and we have Joe Lafort on the trumpet. Lafort or Laforte? I always forget. Both. Okay. Laforte. Oh, it's Italian. I'm sorry. That was insulting. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Two bells, I like hearing two bells. Two bells make a pretty sound. Two bells make me happy, make my heart so super snappy. Two bells gets me off the ground. Two bells makes me think of two hearts. Two hearts that beat in harmony. Two hearts ever growing closer with affection showing. Our love is good for you and me. Cupid don't carry a bow and arrow. A hammer is his only tool. He hammers every time that you're on my mind and makes me a loving fool. Your heart beats the same as my heart. My heart beats the same as yours. And when our hearts beat together, life revolves from good to better. Two hearts were made for something more than just to beat. Don't carry a bow and arrow. A hammer is his only tool. He hammers every time that you're on my mind and makes me a loving fool. My heart beats the same as your heart. Your heart beats the same as mine. And when our hearts beat together, life revolves from good to better. Two hearts were made for something more than just to be evermore. All right, these next three are all mine. I classify them as rock, but I've had people tell me that's a lie. I've on the same song, I've had different people tell me this is country rock. No, this is funk. No, this is, I don't remember what the third one was. It wasn't important. But in any case, I've got three songs. The first one is "Dry Your Eyes." And it's a song. It's a song about a story that is too common. It's a sad song, but I think you'll enjoy it. Let's go ahead. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you see the little girl at school today? She stayed inside when the others went out to play. Did you notice the dress she's wearing? The same dress that she wore the last few days. Don't you know that her daddy's out of work and he drinks every night till he's sick? Don't you know that her mama has bruises? Did you hear that her mama turns tricks? Every single night when mama goes away, she turns to the little girl to say, dry your eyes and please don't cry, little baby. Mama told you everything will be alright, so just hide underneath the bed and hope that daddy forgets that you exist for another night. Did you see the pretty girl at church today? She never looks the preacher in the eye. Did you notice the coat she's wearing? She covers up like she's got something to hide. Don't you know that her mama's in the grave and her daddy ran off last year? Don't you know that her boyfriend quit school and her paycheck goes to his beer? Every single night when she gets home to bed, her boyfriend gets mad and then he says, dry your eyes and don't you cry, pretty baby. I don't wanna have to tell you twice, don't you talk back or you'll be dropping out of school to spend your days with me and I won't be so nice. Did you see the scene across the street today? The cops came and they took someone away. Did you hear that old shotgun go off? I guess she couldn't take one more day. Dry your eyes and please don't cry. Dry your eyes and please don't cry. And this next one, most of the songs I wrote, I have some kind of personal connection to. The last one was inspired by an older country song, Concrete Angel, if you're familiar with it. I wanted to write something that told that story. This one is, we're going to switch gears completely, and I had this thought. I don't really generally go out to bars. I've been to a club or two, but I've never been in a situation quite like this song. So I thought it'd be fun to write a situation that I'd never actually been in. And I like it. I think it turned out pretty well. So, you ready? This is Come and Get It. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see you standing at the bar with your drink, but you're looking at me. I don't mind, take a look, drink it in. Do you like what you see? Now we can stand and stare across the floor, but if you think you want just a little more, baby, just say the word and we can head for the door. Whoa, girl, you know that you want it, and oh, girl, you know that I got it, so go ahead and play your game. But we both know the reason that you came. Girl, I know you want what I got, and girl, you know I got what you want, so come and get it. I see you dancing on the floor with your friends, but you're looking my way. When you try to catch my eye, lets me know that you're ready to play. I love the way you dance across the floor, shaking and rocking, putting on a show. Baby, just say the word and I'll be ready to go. Oh, girl, you know that you want it, and oh, girl, you know that I got it. So go ahead and play your game. We both know the reason that you came. Girl, I know you want what I got. And girl, you know I got what you want. So come and get it. Oh, girl, you know that you want it, and oh, girl, you know that I got it. So go ahead and play your game. But we both know the reason that you came. Whoa, girl, you know that you want it, and oh, girl, you know that I got it. So go ahead and play your game. But we both know the reason that you came. Girl, I know you want what I got, and girl, you know I got what you want. So come and get it. Oh, baby, come and get it. Oh, you want it, I got it. Oh, baby, come and get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I have to tell a quick funny story about singing in that style. Anybody who knows me knows that's not really how I usually sing. Having been a choir person long before I was a soloist, and when I was a soloist, I was mostly classical and sort of sweet stuff. And speaking of sweet stuff, sometime last semester, we were organizing an event that we were calling Fridays at 5 that President Wyatt put together, and they were looking for another guy to sing some more of the rock tunes. And I happened to be in the room where they were having the meeting, and they said, "Who else do we know that can sing?" I sing. And so they gave me Pour Some Sugar on Me. which was new territory. In any case, but I found that I really enjoyed singing that style and enjoyed writing that song. This next song that Mr. Elias James is joining me for, this song holds another special place in my heart. This is the first song that the first original song that I wrote on the Snow College campus, and I had a sort of a love-hate relationship with it for a long time. I loved it because it was my first, and I hated it because it was my first. But it's a song about how life can wear you down, and it can weigh you down, but it doesn't always have to be that way. That you can, I didn't think I'd cry on this part, that you can take a rough day and a rough situation, and it doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to be everything that you are. So this is Fly. 1, 2, 3, 4! Eyes on the ground, just the one foot in front of the other. It's a day, just a day like yesterday, and the next will be just like the last, one after another. People passing on the street, never look them in the eye. What's the point in saying hi to someone you don't know? Suffocating in the crowd, and you're not the only one. Everybody's on the run with nowhere to go. Stand in line, take the number 2 as you're told. Slow for yellow, follow the traffic signs. Pull that oar back, don't rock the boat. You're a slave, don't make waves, and we'll all get along just fine. Be like everybody else, never walk against the crowd. Only do what you're allowed and never swim upstream. You're a part of the machine, just be glad you have a place, even though you're just a face without any dreams. But sometimes don't you wish there was another way? That there was more to life than slowly dying for one more day. Don't you wish you could fly straight into the sky? Jump that train off the track, don't hold anything back. Let the whole world see the best you can be. Take a chance, take a shot, show them all what you got. And don't let anyone tell you that you want everything you are. Let them make a wish while you become your own shooting star. Take off like you can, go as high as you can. Ride the wind to the clouds, wave goodbye to the crowds as you fly high, straight up into the sky. John Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Fly straight into the sky, jump that train off the track, don't hold anything back, let the whole world see the best you can be. Take a chance, take a shot, show them all what you got, and don't let anyone tell you that you want everything you are. Let them make a wish while you become your own shooting star. Take off like you can, go as high as you can, ride the wind to the clouds, wave goodbye to the crowds as you fly high, straight up into the sky. this isn't for me. I can write these arrangements of these songs, and I'm so glad that you all enjoyed them, because what I've shared with you tonight is a piece of my life. It's a piece of my heart. But no matter how I make these songs, I will never be able to impress upon you the connection that I have with this man sitting in the third row, and the way that his love of music taught me and inspired me. And the only possible way I can think to show you even a tiny slice of what that was like for me growing up is to ask my father, William Reid, to come on stage and perform New Eyes, New Smiles with me.
Some of the arrangements he did of my stuff sound like what I had in mind. 40 years ago, I told people that the only difference between me and Neil Diamond was he had a backup group and I didn't. So. But I guess I got one now. Let's see how close that is. Yeah, that'll be close enough. Okay. And new eyes, new smiles wake up to greet me. You are a new star come to complete me. How I have loved you and kept you till now. Now I have loved you whole. New talk, new ways, nonsense and reason, sad tears but glad years, each in their season. Lives intertwining, shining and bright, bright as the hope of home. Where have you waited, wanting to see me? Have you been waiting long? Waiting is done, now you have come. This is where you belong. New work, new joy, you'll be discerning ever and ever. New things for learning. How I have loved you and kept you till now. Now I have loved you home. Now I have loved you home.
That's the end of the show, but before everybody goes, I have to give so much thanks. Now is the part where we clap for everybody who helped with this. Oh my goodness. All the performers on stage who worked with me at short rehearsal times and terrible scheduling, these guys, all of these performers that helped with me tonight have 24 shows this month. But they found time to make time for mine and my dad's music. Especially, this show would not have happened if it wasn't for Josh Findlay, who is up in the booth right now. He was our sound technician, and he was amazing. He put this whole show together, figured out how it needed to work to go smoothly, and he did an amazing job. I also have to thank the Snow TV. I know, Leanne's up here wanting to clap. I have to thank the Snow film crew for putting this together to stream it live on YouTube for all my friends and family who can't be here tonight. But they can be here, and that's amazing. You have no idea how happy that makes me to know that my siblings are watching this right now. So give all these wonderful people a big hand, please. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful evening.